I think it's one of the great mysteries. Like, yeah, I've got no idea.
Well, when I'm travelling, I might leave them under the bed sometimes.
I would like to think they would biodegrade.
I think the sock monster eats them. My dog ate a foot-long sock and had to have surgery to get it out of him. It came out whole.
Do you know?
I'm finding out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, your Lyle is vile and your cotton is rotten.
My name is Rafiq Copeland. Every year I buy between 10 and 15 pairs of socks. At a conservative estimate, that's about 300 pairs of socks to this point in my lifetime. This is my odd sock bag. About once every 6 months I go through the bag and try and make pairs. There are pink ones, blue ones, thick ones, thin ones, short ones, tall ones, spotty ones, ones with pictures, ones from my primary school football team, and ones with other people's names on them. There are 7 variations of black socks in this bag, and not a single one matches any of the others. I have never purchased a black sock. The question I want to ask is not where these odd socks come from, but where do they go? Every year more than 25 billion socks are manufactured throughout the world. That's 50 billion individual socks, or 8 socks for every person on the entire planet every year. Here in Australia, Holeproof is the biggest producer of socks, selling more than 500,000 pairs every week. That's 58 million socks just from this one company.
We certainly have thought about the fact that you do lose your socks. We think all of us here are obviously sock wearers, so we have experienced the strange phenomena of losing a sock. There are certain designs that they have made that help you to pare back socks. So stuff that has like the name of the sock or the colour of the sock weaved into the foot, so you're easier to match them later. But in regards to sometimes putting it in the washing machine and then opening it up later and finding that your sock's missing, that's one of life's mysteries.
These are my socks, and there's a sock for every day of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Nothing for the weekend. I went through my laundry basket and I found every single day of the week sock that I have, and I have 2 Mondays, a Thursday, and a Friday. Started off with 10 and I'm left with 4.
Because people who wear odd socks, it's an indication of people who can't organise their lives. They have blue righty and white lefty, and they just can't find the matching pieces. So only when your life is in a mess, then you wear odd socks.
It's not allowed socially to have 2 different socks. That's why some people wear black socks, because they can mix whatever. Now long and short one, and old one, and new one, and dirty one, and clean one, they're all looking black. But if you have one green and one lilac one, then you will get comments. I would not have a 2-color thing, because then they would probably think that I'm not quite right in my brain, which may be true anyway.
Everybody in the world has the same problem, and there is even a French website dedicated to that. But the funny thing is that in French we don't call them orphans, we call them widows. And when you try to match them, you're trying to remarry them.
Possibly because my brother steals them.
Maybe our upstairs neighbours take them.
Perhaps my mother steals them because she does all my washing, which is quite embarrassing. But yeah, I think that would be it.
A lot of people seem to be suggesting that their socks were being stolen. When I asked the Victorian Police for comment, they repeatedly refused to be interviewed. Instead, they suggested I use an actor in a police uniform.
No, some people have talked about that maybe it was a washing basket that was taken hostage, but nobody has ever seen a ransom notice.
Our washing machine eats socks, so you put in a pair, but you only get one back.
Yeah, I reckon it got sucked into the washer, I reckon.
I think usually it happens in the dryer, and I think the heat heats it up too much and they disintegrate.
The only thing that people seem to say is the washing machine must have ate them, but that doesn't really make sense.
The washing machine was emerging as a prime suspect. I decided to get a scientific opinion.
You're at CSIRO, Material Science and Engineering Division. We really specialise in fibre testing, textile testing, a whole range of products and a whole range of different fibres. Dimensional stability test is most important because you'll actually wash the sock. You look to see how much it shrinks, the change in dimensions, whether it skews and whether it's likely to peel or change character. washing the socks with natural fibres, you'll tend to lose a little bit of fibre and you'll tend to weaken the structure. But it's not going to disappear altogether, no. It's going to be more human nature that makes it disappear than a mechanical process like washing.
Once we did a load of washing, and afterwards we found this mysteriously mangled sock in the sink. And like our washing machine actually empties the water out into this basin through a hose. And the only way we could work out that this sock got there was that it actually travelled through the hose from the washing machine and been spat out.
One sock. Every time one sock.
There's a sock over there on the washing machine. Is that one that people left today, or?
No, yesterday I found, yeah. Normally the socks like that, inside. No, it's wet, you can't see.
So it sticks to the
Stick to the machine. Yeah, yes, that's why the people can't find it. Sometimes I check, you know, they'll be dropped down. Oh, one sock.
So out of all the people that come here, how many do you think leave socks behind?
A lot. Every day I can find.
I think we've accounted for most of the socks, but could that possibly be all of them? I needed another expert.
So combinatorics is the study of patterns, and a particular branch of combinatorics is related to enumerative combinatorics, which is about counting how many ways you can do something. Okay, so if you have 10 pairs of socks, and 6 of them get taken, so any 6, probability with 6 pairs, which is the worst outcome, is about 1 in 3. The probability of losing 3 pairs of socks, which is the best possible outcome, is 1 in 323. You're always more likely to end up with odd socks than pairs, and in fact it's a lot worse. So if, for example, you had 10 pairs of socks and you took away 10 socks, then on average you'd only end up with 2 or 3 pairs of socks left over, which is 3/4 of the pairs go missing if you lose half the socks.
You ball them together, your 2 socks, that makes it so much easier to find it. Even if they're dirty, when you take them off, ball them together and only pull them out apart to put them in the wash. And hang them up, dry them, and ball them together again.
Even when you take them off, that's better.
Yeah, when they're dirty, because that's when they go missing. Clean socks don't go missing. It's the dirty ones that go missing.
The best strategy is to have one type of sock, which is kind of boring. But it turns out that even if you have 2 types of socks and roughly equal numbers of each, then it still doesn't change the odds at all. So 10 pairs of red socks, 10 pairs of black socks, then even if you have lost a lot of socks, the chance of you making a pair quickly from the socks lying in the drawer is still very high.
So that's the end. I don't know whether we've worked it out, but I think we've come close. And what have we learned? First of all, minimise your choice of sock colours so you can maximise your chance of getting a pair. Secondly, bundle them when they're still dirty, right after you take them off. And lastly, always check the washing machine. Or you could just wear them. Who needs matching socks anyway?
The shoes you wear reveal your hose. One red, one bright blue. They're total strangers, and I suppose you should introduce those two.
Oh, you got 2 eyes of lovely blue.
Keep talking, Lou.
A cute little pug nose, I go for 2.
How did Hope get in here?
Though you're the best of all the batch.
Tain't no use, son, 'cause your socks don't match. You got a red one, a blue one. That ain't gonna do, son. Your socks don't match.
I remember the exact moment I threw out your Wesley, your grade
Football
5
socks.
football sock. Yeah.
They were in the script.
I couldn't find one. I know. I couldn't find the other one, and I just threw one out. I throw out pairs sometimes too, when they both got holes in them.
I'm not going to use this.
Sorry.